It's November 2nd, 2022. I got a certificate. I put it up on my Facebook page. Um, it says New York State Assembly. It says Certificate of Merit. I graduated in June of 1996 from St. John's Preparatory. And it was it was 1st of June. It came before June, just so Father June and Father November. I'm Father Janvier, January's daughter. Um, in like real world. So there's this, and then the high school diploma. Now it says New York City Council. It says Certificate of Merit, and it says New York State Assembly. Now, here's the thing. They tucked these certificates into the diploma. My parents were going through, in 2019, my parents were going through some papers and found my high school certificate. I opened it and I see these merit certificates. I still don't know what they mean. I have no job. I graduated from high school. I graduated from a high school inside of New York City. It says it was a certificate for city council. Now, am I being discriminated against? Because they issue these certificates almost like they checked the box, is what it feels like. And then they sent us out the door into New York City or wherever. I mean, there was no instructions. There was no career tracks. There was no like military service, like here's who your commanding officer is, here's who you show up to, here's where you address all the questions. There was nothing. June 1st, 1996, it was like, bye-bye. Good, they're gone. And it's like the door slammed shut. If I have these merits and I have this diploma, college should be absolutely irrelevant. I should at least be able to be a gopher or an understudy of someone. I mean, how could the same state that took me on and graduated me, and it was a paid for high school. My grandfather or my father had to pay for my diploma. So now, how do I get a job and paid, and why? So does that mean I have a seat? I mean, there was some Peter Vallone, he's the speaker in New York City. I'm just confused. Where's my salary? I mean, like, I graduated from the high school, they give these merits. Where are my credits for having sat in a room? Or am I being discriminated against by some city official or some city agency or a couple of city whatever? Or New York State through the New York State Assembly? Have they discriminated against me? What type of lawyer do I need? How much money are we talking? Why am I not on some form of paid for service like half the rest of the city out there? I mean, I don't understand why there's no, here's who you show up to. So here I am inside New York City with these certificates of merit. They're on my Facebook page. I put it up there in 2019. I have not heard anything from anybody. I don't know who to address. It's now 2022. I still have no job. I don't even know physically at this point if I can even get through a full day, to be honest, because of other stuff that's going on in the city that I've documented, causing real health scare and real health concerns. The doctors are not participating in a manner where it looks like they actually want to get me into good like shape and good participation with that not to do any harm thing that they claim that they do in some law degree. Um, and on the Eyewitness News at 4, today being Wednesday, 11/2, they mentioned this.
City's partnering with a new class of lawyers. The partnership between City Hall and major law firms will send junior attorneys to serve a year at the legal department of a city agency. The hope?
So, graduating in a New York City high school, or that's where the building was, whether it be related with the Catholic diocese or not, I'm not clear. I wasn't clear when entering the building. I was not clear of what it meant or how it would impact my life. There was no speaking about laws. There was no learning about like what and who and what the vocabulary was of where I needed to be. Um Really confusing. I don't understand. Like in Lynn and Lou's day, they handed you the certificate, and at least they had trade schools. I had none of that. I mean, sat in a room, but now they're talking about junior lawyers and things. Like, I mean, do you have to have a person in the business? Then I hear the other day, one of these sports teams, there's some kind of underground law. I don't even, it's not like real law. It's some societal jargon of this whole like they're anti-Semitic, so you can't. And he posted, so I don't know the movie reference that they were referencing. I haven't seen it. It's not something. I mean, I don't know half of the stuff that they in between the sports leagues and the cool kids and stuff. I mean, I don't follow any of their crap, but I mean, I don't know how to get to like the safe part of state assembly and city council, and if that even exists anymore. I mean, where does one like is there anybody left in the world that still participates in like a lawful manner? And where do you find them? What do they call themselves? What's their organization?
The hope is they'll get real life experience dealing with public issues. And Mayor Adams says that's an invaluable perspective. Having young
Do you know how sad it is to know I've gone around 44 years and there's not a single adult I was born to that put me on the right path? That means that they didn't have friends that knew people and knew things. I mean, do you know how pathetic that is? Seriously. As the generation that's about to die because you've aged out, and the fact that you led me nowhere, just to a dead end. I mean, whose plan was that?
young attorneys at the beginning of their legal careers come into government and provide public service in a public sector environment, it can only help develop their full personhood as attorneys. 8 prominent law firms have committed to participating in the program. Some of the city agencies getting attorneys include the Department of Investigation, the Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs, and the Department of Education.
That's all coming on when they do civil groups.
So I'm going to put up here Cardinal. They have on the same ABC 7, lowercase ABC 7 at 4 o'clock. They also have Cardinal Dolan's up there blessing a camel and some sheep and the Rockettes, like the real Rockettes. I mean, I know I'm the height of a Rockette. Apparently 5'6" is the height. It's specific for underground community with symbols that somebody set that height limit. I know I'm 5'6". I know it means something else to someone else, but there's very one hungry in the eye up against a brick wall who knew to call me the size or the height of a rocket when I didn't even know that they were 5'6". Here it's called Blessing the Animals.
Quite a scene today at the Radio City Music Hall this morning. Cardinal Dolan was there to bless the camels, the sheep, and the donkey, taking part in the annual Christmas Spectacular. It happened before the animals entered the building for the first day of rehearsals. They rehearse. The living nativity scene has been part of the production since its inception in 1933.
The last 10, 15 minutes of the Christmas Spectacular was the live nativity scene. I think even had a live baby. And the whole place is on their feet singing, "Oh, come let us adore Him." That's Christmas, folks. So how can I not bless and support and celebrate the Christmas Spectacular at Radio City Music Hall?
Well, the Christmas Spectacular opens November 18th. Tickets are now on sale.
Still to come on Eyewitness News first.
So, again, Samuel Adams in an Eric Adams administration in New York City. I don't really know what to say. So this is the pattern of the area. It's in the northern hemisphere up here. I still don't know what or where to go. I don't know why I'm being discriminated against. I can only imagine it's some underground law group. Don't know who they could possibly be, since the federal government, the one everybody asks for money from, goes by some Big Bird reference or the Eagle reference, also goes by past presidents and their ancestry. I qualify there. I was inducted into their youth league, I suppose, of where I went to elementary school. Somebody moved us out there. It seemed kind of important. Oh, and somebody out of nowhere, Russo, calls my dad. Apparently he had some catering hall named Dante's, and now he's opening a catering hall in Smithtown. I'm like, again, Russo's a big family, but there's this whole, like, I don't know, like Saladino still collecting names at Ransom Beach. I don't know how this works, but it seems like I have some real questions, and I don't know really who to call, because things haven't really turned out so well with whomever was there in the beginning, who was there in the middle, and who's totally ghosted me. But yet their kids seem to be doing all right. Just saying, something's wrong. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza.